Hello there, Leo. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. My name is Johnny Alchemy from johnnyalchemytarot.com, and welcome to your February 2021 Tarot Forecast reading. I hope the month of January was good to you, and it was a good start for the new year. So let's look into what messages there may be for the month of February. This is going to be a general reading, so some messages may apply to you. Take that as your wisdom and guidance from the universe. Anything that does not apply or resonate with you is probably a message meant for someone else. So thank you so much for your openness and understanding. I greatly appreciate it. And let's look into your reading for the month of February 2021. Okay. What's that? Okay, so right in the center of your reading, we have Eight of Cups right here, and also the Lover's card. I usually don't do a lot on love readings, but unless I see it, and here it is. So, talking about the Eight of Cups first, this was right on top of the Lover's card. Eight of Cups is talking about, this man. He's on a journey. He's experienced so much in his life, experienced a lot of fulfillment, a lot of joy, if you will. All these cups gave him a lot of satisfaction. But, in the stack right here, there's one cup that's missing. He is not completely fulfilled. He's actually very tired of everything that he's experienced already. And he goes off into the night to try and find out what this missing cup is, to find this new fulfillment, this new type of satisfaction that he's craving. And underneath, this Eight of Cups is the Lover's card. There could be something here saying that you could be very much craving love right now. Also, thinking about February, thinking about Valentine's Day as well, that makes sense, but, thinking about love and what that means for you. If you are single, thinking about if you've done a lot of work on yourself, if you've done a lot of healing with your past relationships and done a lot of reflection or introspection, and now that you're in a great place where you are stable, maybe now is the time for you to allow love into your life, because the universe may want to play around with that idea, to start giving opportunities or sending opportunities to you in this way. Also, if you are with someone, if you are in a relationship of any kind, it could be a way for you to realize that everything here is taken care of in your life. You have a lot of satisfaction already, and maybe you need to refill or revisit this cup of fulfillment in your relationship. Maybe you need to readdress, reconnect with your loved one in a certain sense to gain that emotional understanding and emotional checkup, if you will, with each other. And so looking further, right next to this Eight of Cups here, we also have the Page of Cups. Again, that one missing cup right here, and that page has it right in his hands, right there, that single one. So here, that Eight of Cups is saying, maybe in the past, maybe you've been burned before, maybe you were inexperienced in love, maybe you were with someone who was experienced in love as well. And you've maybe had some time to really think and understand what went wrong, where were you accountable, where were they accountable, etc. And to really learn the lessons and to learn what it means to be in a relationship. Ultimately, how to make that happen, how to make it work with someone who you love, and also what it is that you truly desire from that relationship. How is it that you receive love? How is it that you communicate your love, etc. So here, in terms of, what could have been missing before, what you chose to really focus on to attain all this other fulfillment in life, was because you realized maybe love in the past was not something that really worked out for you. Maybe it was not something that was easy, or maybe it was just too painful to go through that process with so many people and to have to learn those lessons from breakups and all this other stuff. I can understand that. I'm very sensitive as well. So, I wouldn't want to go through I wouldn't want to have to learn lessons by going through multiple heartaches. But basically, I say that because underneath this Page of Cups here, we have the Four of Cups. Again, we have a stack here, and the universe is giving you this single cup here. Again, with this Eight of Cups here, that missing spot here of that cup, the universe wants to give you this cup here, this cup of fulfillment, and it could possibly be love. So here, it's saying that you've had the time to think. You've had the time to reflect and have that introspection moment to really make sense of everything. You've looked at all of these things right here, all these cups of knowledge and understanding and compassion and love that you've experienced from the past, and you contemplate on them. But the universe wants to give you something more. It's ready to give you a fourth cup, but you have to be willing willing to accept it. It seems right now that you actually, looking at some of the other cards, that you may be in a great place for love, but it is ultimately up to you whether you want to accept it or not. I think you need to relearn. You need to regain a sense of trust in other people, and also maybe trust in yourself that you won't make the same mistakes, or that you won't have to feel the same feelings, or to feel them as deeply if it was something negative. That every relationship is going to have some growing pains when it comes to cultivating trust and understanding. So you may need to regain that sense of trust in your heart in order to have in order to truly be ready for a new relationship. If you are with someone, this may be referring to the same exact thing. Maybe you guys were experienced when it came to understanding each other. Maybe it took you some time to really understand what each other's needs were, what it took to really show that person how they are appreciated, and also how you were able to communicate your needs as well. And so maybe you've done the work and you've already created something great for yourself. Now there's a new sense of love for you, your relationship, that you can experience now. Maybe you've reached a certain milestone in your relationship in terms of maybe the length of time, or just a deep feeling and understanding toward each other, where things were not as they were in the past. Where the love is very deep, where it is much more real and is much more meaningful. So that's something here, looking at this card, for the universe is giving you here to add to these cups, existing cups already, to say that, there's a new type of love here that needs to be acknowledged with your relationship. Obviously, with the Lover's card upright, it's saying that it's going pretty well, that you guys are seeing eye to eye, that you are at each other's same level, and also that you are able to communicate and see each other for who they are, and to accept them for who they are without all the bells and whistles and all the things to attract that people would usually do to attract a partner. You just accept them unapologetically for who they exactly are, down to the bare bones minimum. And also, the greatest thing here is this triangle that happens with the Lover's card right here. You have a beautiful relationship, and it creates a divine union by spirit. Something is created that transcends the physical, that transcends, the mundane physical plane. It creates something beautiful that is felt deeply within, from spirit, from emotion. So here, whether you are single or taken, there is an opportunity here to experience a new type of love that is available to you. But ultimately, it's only up to you if you want to accept it or not. But honestly, looking at these cards so far, it's looking that you're in a good place, and that you have the ability to create a love, a lasting and deep love, should you want it. Furthermore, we have the Queen of Wands right here, also right next to this Eight of Cups that I mentioned on this top row. Queen of Wands, there's two things. Either talking about you as a person, saying that from your journey of learning from your past experiences, you've become much more charismatic. You've become much more confident and self-assured and empowered in who you are. The Queen of Wands is the most attractive of all the queens. She is magnetic. She is like the sun. Being Leo, like the sun. There you go. And any of the court cards that we're talking about, any of those fire zodiac signs and the wands. So here, pretty much embodying the sun is very much a Leo aspect as the Queen of Wands. She is radiant. People are magnetized and attracted to her. She is extremely charismatic. So there are so many good qualities that you have cultivated within yourself from past failures, mistakes, or experiences. And now you've put yourself or elevated yourself in a very good way where you are, where people find you, where people are attracted to you, people are magnetized to you. So love is something that will come your way, or that is currently available to you at this moment. But you have to trust in if it is something that you want, first of all, if it is something that you want, then you have to trust in love once more. You have to trust in how far you've come and how much you've learned in your capacity of love. And also you have to learn to trust people again, because that's what love is. You trust your emotions and your heart, and you give that to another person, and it's up to them to take care of it. And also it's up to you to communicate to them how to take care of it. So here underneath that Queen of Wands, we also have the Seven of Wands underneath it, reversed. Here, looking at this card, it's almost saying to me visually that it could be hard for you, again, to let your guard down in a certain way, or that you could have a lot of opportunity for you, for people trying to fight over you, or to try and make themselves known to you, let them know that they're attracted to you, and you just are kind of fighting them off, saying no. So here is saying to me that it could be very hard for you to let your guard down, that you're always maybe on the defensive because maybe things didn't work out in the past, maybe things were a little negative, but every day is a new day. The past is just the past. Again, if love is something that you truly want, it's about that trust again, to cultivate trust within yourself and others. So that's something here that I can see that you may have to take into consideration. You have done a lot of work. You've built yourself up emotionally, looking at this Eight of Cups. You've built yourself up emotionally, but there's still something missing. There's still something that is not truly fulfilled in your life, and it could be that aspect of love. So here, seeing all these cards, I think it's not a negative reading at all. I think here it's telling me that you've done a lot of work and that you have actually learned a lot of great lessons about yourself. A lot about your self-worth too, and self-love, which is the key to any relationship, is that you love yourself first and you know how to love yourself first. And that gives you the foundation to then allow someone else to come in, because the other person doesn't have to worry about you as much. You got yourself covered. So, that's something to take into consideration. If love is something that you want and you have gone through this process, if this does resonate with you, that it's available to you now. Just work on the trust. Learn to trust the universe. Learn to trust what is out there, the opportunities that are being given to you. Learn to trust your gut feelings. Again, love is out there. So let's see, and actually let me talk about also if you are in a relationship, this is something to consider as well. Your relationship could be doing very well too. That Queen of Wands and being that kind of sun energy, you guys could radiate. You guys can find a new sense of confidence within each other and in the relationship. And also, you can find a lot of happiness and charisma. People can kind of see and be radiated by your relationship, almost be a little envious, if you will. So, there's a lot of good stuff to be had. There's a lot of new up-leveling and progression to be had in terms of love right here and your emotional capacity. So let's move forward a little bit. Let's look into some oracle cards and see what they have to say, as well as a word of wisdom. Keep that turned for a second. Okay, so co-create a new life. Okay, talking about love and seeing these two is kind of like forming a little sentence or a little statement right here. Co-create a new life. That's a little powerful. I love that. Talking about, again, whether you're with someone or single and you're working on building that trust once more, this is what a relationship is all about. You are co-creating a new life together. Again, just like this Lover's card, there is love between each other, but they come to this divine union to create a life that is simultaneous, a life that includes two people. So here is co-creating a life with one another. And I love that, actually, that it forms a little statement, because that's what maybe this is something you need to hear. Maybe this is something that you've already learned, that you're already aware of. But that's one of the biggest lessons in terms of a relationship, is that, you are not alone in this. Whatever troubles you have, whatever joy you have, it's about experiencing that with each other and helping each other through it, as well as embracing each other through it. When there's joy, you experience it together. When one person is doing well, you congratulate them, you love them, you tell them how much you believe and support in them, and they can do the same for you. If one person is doing bad or doing poorly, you are their rock. You are there to lift them up and to help them heal, and to ultimately be the one to carry them on your shoulder a little bit, and to help them move forward until they're ready to stand back on their 2 feet. You create a new life together. You create that experience together. You co-create that reality of the relationship, and that is ultimately a new life, because it's not just you, it's not just them, it's the both of you together. I think that's truly beautiful. A lot of love, if love is on the table, especially Valentine's Day coming in, if that's been on your mind, Leos, think about it. A lot of you, it seems like, or some of you, it could be a very good position that you're in to accept new love of any kind. So take that into consideration, learn to trust a little bit more. And then word of wisdom, devotion. So here I could see, again, devoted to the person, of course, we're talking about love, but I think this is more about you on the personal level. If you've gone through, again, if you've learned the wisdoms from the past and you've gone to a state of true power and feeling that you are attractive and that you're magnetic and stable and all this other stuff, just because you allow someone else into your life does not mean you'll lose devotion for yourself. I think that's something that a lot of people may deal with in terms of wanting another person to come into their life, saying that, okay, now I'm going to have to devote less time or less energy or less self-care for myself now that there's someone in there. Yes, that's a little bit true. There's always a little bit of compromise, but it does not mean that you love yourself less. It does not mean that you stop caring about yourself when you're not feeling well, or that you are getting signals from your body that you need time to heal or self-care. So understand that the devotion does not go away. Your self-devotion does not go away when you just add someone else that comes in. The fact that you've made yourself into a much stronger person, it's saying that you have the ability now to spread your devotion to someone else, that it's overflowing, that you can have another person's reality in yours, and to have that co-created life together. You can be just as devoted to them as much as you are to yourself. And hopefully they can learn from you and just do the same thing as well. So that's something that's very powerful. I think again, I don't usually do love readings unless I really see it, but there's a lot of cards here talking about love, co-creating a new life, co-creating, being two people, and, seeing the lovers and devotion. There's a lot of love in this reading. So if this did resonate with you, I really hope it did. Understand that you will decide, and it's up to you to decide if you want this or not, but apparently it's being offered to you. It's up for you if you want to take on that new cup. And for those of you who are taken or with a partner, understand that, you're going to co-create something great with each other, and that the devotion will always be there, and that you've learned from past mistakes, and that you've learned true devotion for each other, and you will continue to co-create a new existing life that will be great for both of you. So that's all I see for this reading, Leo. Again, a lot of love, Valentine's Day this month, so it's a lot to think about if that's on your plate. So if this reading did resonate with you, and I hope most of it did, don't forget to shoot my video a like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. I would really appreciate that. And also to click that notification bell so you can stay in touch for future videos. Once again, Leos, thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I very, very much appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much, guys. Goodbye.